She thought grabbing a stranger's hand would save her for one night. She had no idea it would change her entire life. Emily Carter was just trying to escape her toxic ex in the middle of Times Square, but the man who played along wasn't just any stranger. He was King Adewale Kamara, traveling incognito, hiding from a crown that owned every second of his life. What started as a desperate act of self-preservation ignited into a forbidden love affair that would make international headlines, shatter royal protocol, and put Emily directly in the crosshairs of an obsessed ex who refused to let her go. Because when her past collided with his present, the world watched as a commoner from Brooklyn and an African king fought against councils, stalkers, scandals, and their own fears to prove that sometimes the most terrifying thing you can do is trust a stranger. And what Derek didn't count on was that this stranger wore a crown, and kings don't lose. Subscribe and comment below if you've ever taken a leap of faith that completely transformed your life, because this story proves that one moment of courage can rewrite your entire destiny. The city swallowed sounds whole, car horns, shouting vendors, music bleeding from shops. Emily Carter stood frozen in the middle of Times Square, watching the crowd flow around her like water past a stone. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Derek, he was there, across the intersection. Same leather jacket, same confident stride that used to make her feel safe, back when she didn't know that confidence could hide something cruel. She turned fast, too fast. Her shoulder bag swung and hit someone's arm. "Sorry," she whispered, but the person was already gone, swept away by the evening rush. Derek was getting closer. She could see him scanning faces, hunting, looking for her. "Move!" The words screamed in her head. "Do something!" Her hand shot out, grabbed fabric, warm fabric covering a solid arm. "Please," she said. Her voice shook. "Please, just, my ex, he's dangerous. Can you just pretend you know me?" The man she'd grabbed turned. Tall, very tall, dark skin that caught the neon lights, strong jaw, eyes that went from surprised to understanding in half a second. "Stay close," he said. His voice was deep, calm, like storm clouds that hadn't broken yet. He wrapped his arm around her shoulders. Not tight, not possessive, protective. The difference felt like everything. Emily pressed against his side. She could smell something warm and clean. Cedar, maybe, or sandalwood. Derek reached them, stopped. His eyes narrowed. "Emily," Derek's voice tried to sound friendly. "It didn't work. I've been looking everywhere for you. We need to talk." The stranger's arm tightened just slightly. "I don't think the lady wants to talk to you. And who are you?" Derek's smile went sharp, ugly. Someone who knows when a woman needs space. The stranger didn't raise his voice. Didn't need to. Authority rolled off him like heat off summer pavement. Emily felt Derek's stare burning into her. She couldn't look at him. Couldn't. "This isn't over, Em." Derek's words came out quiet, threatening. Then he was walking away, disappearing into the crowd. Emily's knees went soft. The stranger held her steady. "Breathe," he said. "You're safe now." She gulped air. Once. Twice. The panic started to drain away, leaving her hollow and shaking. "I'm so sorry." She pulled back, looking up at him. "I didn't mean to. I just panicked. He's been following me for weeks and I saw him and I just—" "Don't apologize." He was still scanning the crowd, making sure Derek was really gone. "You did the right thing. Are you okay to walk?" "I think so. Let me get you somewhere safe. Coffee, water, whatever you need." Emily almost said no. She'd learned to handle things alone, but her legs felt like paper and her hands wouldn't stop shaking. "Coffee would be good," she admitted. "If you're sure, I promise I'm not crazy." The corner of his mouth lifted, almost a smile. "I believe you." He guided her through the crowd, his hand light on her elbow, ready to catch her if she stumbled. 3 blocks later, they ducked into a small cafe, the kind with mismatched chairs and artwork from local students. Quiet, safe. Emily sank into a chair by the window, not because she wanted to see the street, because sitting with her back to the door felt impossible right now. "What can I get you?" He stood with his hands in his pockets, waiting, patient. "Just black coffee. Whatever's easy." 1 black coffee, 1 chamomile tea. He headed to the counter. Emily watched him order. The barista smiled at him, bright, flirty. He smiled back, polite, but distant. When he pulled out his wallet, she noticed his watch. Simple, but expensive. The kind that costs more than her rent. He came back with 2 cups, set hers down carefully. "Thank you." Emily wrapped her hands around the coffee. The warmth helped. "I'm Emily. Emily Carter. Aide." He sat across from her, not too close, giving her space. Just Aid? For now. He took a sip of tea. Tell me about your ex, if you want to. Emily looked down. The coffee was too hot to drink yet. Steam rose between them like a wall she could hide behind. His name is Derek. We dated for 2 years. I thought... She stopped, started again. He was charming, funny. Then he got controlling, jealous. He wanted to know where I was every second, who I talked to, what I wore. Aid's jaw tightened. And when you tried to leave, he didn't believe me, kept showing up, calling, texting, telling me I was overreacting, that he loved me, that I owed him another chance. The words tumbled out. She couldn't stop them. I changed my number twice. He found it both times. I moved apartments. He followed me to the new one. Tonight was the first time I've seen him in 2 weeks, and I thought maybe he finally gave up. He hasn't given up. Aid's voice was gentle, firm. Men like him don't. I know. Emily's throat went tight. I know that. I wanted to believe it was over. They sat quiet for a moment. The cafe hummed around them. Other people living normal lives, having normal problems. You were brave tonight, Aid said. Asking a stranger for help. That takes courage. I was desperate. Courage and desperation look the same sometimes. He smiled, real this time. It changed his whole face, made him look younger, less guarded. Emily felt something flutter in her chest, not panic this time. Something else. What about you? She asked. What brings you to Times Square on a Thursday night? Walking. Thinking. He set his tea down. I travel a lot for work. Sometimes I just need to disappear into a crowd. Be nobody. What kind of work? His phone buzzed. Loud. Insistent. He glanced at the screen. His expression went blank. Careful. The text was in another language. Emily caught a glimpse before he turned the phone face down. Sorry, he said. Work emergency. Nothing urgent. But he looked tense now. The ease from a moment ago was gone. Outside headlights swept past. Emily's whole body went rigid. Derek's car. Black sedan. Same one that had been parked outside her building last week. It cruised by slow, hunting. Aid noticed her reaction, followed her gaze. Him? She nodded. Couldn't speak. Aid pulled his chair closer, angled himself between her and the window. He can't see you. You're safe. The car passed. Kept going. Emily released the breath she'd been holding. I should go home. Get off the street. Let me take you. Make sure you get there safely. You've already done too much. Emily, he said her name like it mattered. Please, let me make sure you're safe. She wanted to say no, wanted to prove she didn't need help. But the truth was simpler, scarier. She didn't want to face the dark street alone. Okay, she whispered. Thank you. They walked in silence. Aid kept pace with her, never rushing, always aware of the space around them. Brooklyn wasn't far. Her apartment building was old, charming in daylight, kind of creepy at night. At her door, Emily turned. Thank you, really. I don't know what I would have done if you would have figured it out. Aid's expression was serious. Sure, you're stronger than you think. I don't feel strong. No one does. Not when they're scared. He pulled out his phone. Can I give you my number? In case. Just in case. Emily hesitated, then nodded. They exchanged numbers. His contact just said Aid. Nothing else. Lock your door, he said, and if he shows up again, call the police. Then call me. I will. He waited until she was inside, until she'd locked the deadbolt. Then he walked away, hands in his pockets, head down. Emily watched from her window until he disappeared around the corner. Then she called Sophie. Hey, how was your day? Sophie's voice was bright, cheerful. Emily's laugh came out shaky. I met the kindest stranger. Morning came too fast. Emily woke to sun stabbing through her thin curtains. Her phone showed 3 missed calls, all from unknown numbers. She deleted them without listening. Shower, coffee, work clothes. The routine helped, made everything feel normal. At her desk, Emily opened her design files. Logos, layouts, brand identities, work that let her hide in shapes and colors, work that didn't ask questions. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. I'm sorry about last night. Can we talk, please? D. Her stomach dropped. She blocked the number. 5th time this month. Lunch break. She decided to walk. Clear her head. Central Park was only a few blocks from her office. The spring air felt good, fresh. The park was full of people, runners, dog walkers, tourists taking photos. Emily stopped at a small art exhibit. Local artists showing paintings and sculptures under a white tent. Beautiful, isn't it? She turned. Aid. He was dressed differently, casual, jeans and a simple button-down, but she'd recognize that face anywhere. What are you doing here? The words came out more surprised than she meant. Walking, he smiled. Apparently I have the same taste in lunch spots as you. This is crazy. The city's huge. What are the odds? Maybe the universe is telling us something. Emily felt heat rise in her cheeks. She looked back at the painting. Abstract. Blues and greens swirling together. Do you like art? She asked. Very much. Do you? I'm a graphic designer, so yes, professionally and personally. They walked through the exhibit together, stopping at pieces that caught their eye, not talking much, just being. At a sculpture, twisted metal that somehow looked like dancers, Aid stopped. This one, he said quietly. This one understands movement, flow. The artist sees how things connect. Emily looked at him instead of the sculpture. You sound like you know art. I was raised around it. My family, they value culture, beauty, things that last. That sounds nice. Sometimes, his expression went distant. Sometimes it feels like living in a museum. Beautiful, but untouchable. Emily understood that feeling. Different reasons. Same loneliness. Want to grab lunch? The words slipped out before she could think. I mean, if you're free, no pressure. His smile came back. I'd like that. They found a food truck near the park, tacos and lemonade. They sat on a bench watching people pass. So what brought you to New York? Emily asked. You said you travel for work. Meetings, obligations. He took a bite of his taco. The usual. That's vague. I know, I'm sorry. Work is complicated, but I'd rather talk about you. What made you become a designer? Emily let him change the subject for now. I like making things beautiful, she said, taking ideas and giving them shape, color, life. It's the one thing I'm good at. I doubt that's the only thing. You don't know me. Not yet. He looked at her directly. Steady. But I'd like to. Emily's heart did that flutter thing again. Stronger this time. I'm not very interesting, she said. My life is small. Work, home, repeat. Why? The question caught her off guard. What do you mean? Why do you make yourself small? You're talented, clearly kind. You deserve more than just existing. Emily looked down at her hands. Derek used to say I was too much, too emotional, too needy. I guess I learned to take up less space. Aid's expression went hard. He was wrong, about all of it. How do you know? Because I see you, right now, and there's nothing small about you. The words hit her chest, made her throat tight. I don't know how to be anything else, she whispered. Then learn. Start small. Tomorrow, do one thing just for yourself, something that makes you happy. Can you do that? Emily met his eyes. Dark brown, warm, honest. I can try. Good. He stood, offering his hand. Come on, let's walk more. They spent the afternoon together, wandering, talking. He asked about her childhood, her family, her dreams before Derek. She found herself telling him things she hadn't said out loud in years. And he listened, really listened. Not waiting for his turn to talk, not checking his phone, just present. When the sun started to set, they stopped near the edge of the park. I should get home, Emily said. She didn't want to, but reality was creeping back in. Can I see you again? Aid asked. Tomorrow? Same time. You want to see me again? Very much. Emily smiled. Real, unguarded. Okay, yes. Tomorrow. They exchanged a look. Something passed between them. Fragile, but real. Then Aid did something unexpected. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small card. Black, simple, just a phone number. This is my direct line, he said. If you need anything, any time. Thank you. He walked her to the subway entrance, waited until she was safely down the steps. Emily rode home feeling lighter than she had in months, like maybe the world wasn't all sharp edges and dark corners, like maybe there were still good people in it. But as she climbed the stairs to her apartment, she saw something that made her blood freeze. Derek, leaning against her door, arms crossed, waiting. Hey, Em, he said, casual, like he had every right to be there. We need to talk. Emily's hand found her phone in her pocket. She didn't pull it out. Not yet. I have nothing to say to you. Don't be like that. He pushed off the door, stepped closer. I just want to apologize for everything. I've been going to therapy, working on myself. I'm different now. No, you didn't even listen. I don't need to. The answer is no. Leave, Derek, or I'm calling the police. His expression shifted. The friendly mask cracked. Something cold showed through. You think your new boyfriend is going to protect you? That tall guy from yesterday? Ice flooded her veins. You've been following me. I care about you. I have a right. You have no rights. None. Leave. Now. She pulled out her phone, started to dial 911. Derek grabbed her wrist. Not hard enough to hurt, but firm enough to stop her. Don't do this, Em. Don't make me the bad guy. A car pulled up behind them. Black. Expensive. The back door opened. Aid stepped out. He was dressed differently now, sharper. A dark suit that probably cost more than Emily's car, but his expression was the same as yesterday. Calm. Unmovable. Let go of her. Not a question. A command. Derek released Emily's wrist. This is none of your business. When you touch her, it becomes my business. Aid climbed the steps slowly, deliberately. He positioned himself between Derek and Emily. Leave. Don't come back. Or what? Derek puffed up, trying to match Aid's size. He couldn't. Or I make sure you regret it. Something in Aid's tone made Derek step back, made him realize this wasn't a fight he'd win. This isn't over, Derek said, but he was already moving toward the street, already retreating. Yes, Aid called after him. It is. Derek got in his car, slammed the door. Drove off too fast. Emily sagged against the wall. How did you know? How did you know to come? I didn't. My driver took this route by chance. Aid turned to her. But I'm glad we did. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? No, I'm okay. She wasn't, but she would be. Let me take you inside. Make sure he's really gone. Emily unlocked her door with shaking hands. Her apartment was small, cramped, but it was hers. Aid did a quick check. Windows locked, fire escape secure. Do you have neighbors you trust? Mrs. Chen upstairs, she's sweet. Tell her what happened, give her my number and call the police. File a report. They won't do anything. He didn't hurt me. Not yet. Aid's expression went fierce. But he will if you don't draw a line, document everything, every text, every call, every time he shows up. Build a case. Emily nodded. She knew he was right. Aid moved toward the door. Stopped. Lock this behind me. All 3 locks. And Emily? Yes? You're safe now, I promise. Then he was gone. Emily locked the door, slid down to sit on the floor. Her whole body shook, but underneath the fear, something else bloomed. For the first time in months, she felt protected, seen, like someone cared if she was okay. Her phone buzzed. Aid, sleep safe tonight. Tomorrow will be better. Emily smiled through her tears. She believed him. The next morning, Emily woke to sunshine and Sophie banging on her door. Open up, emergency brunch situation. Emily stumbled to the door. What time is it? 10, and I brought bagels. Let me in. Sophie burst through carrying a paper bag and 2 coffees. She took one look at Emily's face and knew. What happened? Emily told her everything. Derek, Aid, all of it. Sophie's expression cycled through shock, anger, and then something that looked like excitement. So, let me get this straight. A gorgeous, protective, mysterious man keeps showing up exactly when you need him, and he gave you his direct number, and he promised to keep you safe. Yes. Girl. Sophie grabbed her shoulders. This is not normal. This is romance novel level perfect. What's the catch? There's no catch. He's just nice. Nobody's that nice. Not without wanting something. Maybe he's different. Sophie studied her for a long moment, then nodded. Okay, I trust your judgment, but I'm Googling him. What's his last name? I don't know. He just goes by Aid. Even more mysterious. Sophie pulled out her phone. Let's see what we can find. Emily grabbed her wrist. Don't. Please, can I just have this? Just for a little while. Something that's mine before the world gets complicated again. Sophie softened. Put her phone down. Okay. But if he turns out to be a serial killer, I'm saying I told you so. Deal. They ate bagels, talked about nothing important, laughed. Emily's phone buzzed. Are tonight. Dinner. A quiet place, just us. Say yes. Her heart flipped. Sophie read over her shoulder, squealed. Say yes. Say yes right now. Emily bit her lip, smiled, typed back. Emily. Yes. She spent the afternoon in a daze. Work passed in a blur of colors and shapes that didn't quite connect. At 6, she changed into her favorite dress. Simple. Blue. Nothing fancy. But it made her feel pretty. Aid picked her up at 7. He looked perfect. Dark slacks. White shirt rolled to his elbows. That same calm confidence. You look beautiful, he said. Emily blushed. Thank you. Where are we going? You'll see. The restaurant was small, tucked away on a quiet street, Brick walls, candles, live jazz playing soft in the corner. They got a table near the back. Private, intimate. "This place is amazing," Emily said. "How did you find it?" "Friend recommended it. Said it was perfect for—" He paused. "For a night when you want the world to disappear." "Is that what you want? For the world to disappear?" "Sometimes, tonight, yes." He looked at her across the candlelight. "I want it to be just us. No complications. No obligations. Just this." Emily's chest went warm. "I want that too." They ordered food, shared dishes, talked about everything and nothing. Aid asked about her design work. She showed him portfolio pieces on her phone. He studied them carefully, pointed out details she'd forgotten she'd added. "You have a gift," he said, "for seeing the heart of things, bringing it forward." "That's a nice way of saying I'm sentimental." "No, it means you understand what matters. That's rare." The jazz band shifted to a slower song. Couples moved to the small dance floor. "Dance with me," Aid said. Not a question. An invitation. "I'm not very good." "Neither am I. We'll figure it out together." He led her to the floor, pulled her close, one hand on her waist, the other holding hers gently. They moved, slow, swaying more than dancing. Emily rested her head against his chest, heard his heartbeat, strong, steady. "I feel safe with you," she whispered. "I don't know why, but I do." His arms tightened. "You are safe. I'll make sure of it." "Why?" She pulled back enough to look at him. "Why do you care? You don't know me, not really." Aid was quiet for a long moment. The music played around them. Other people danced. The world kept turning. "Do you believe in moments?" he finally asked. "Moments that change everything, that divide your life into before and after?" "I don't know, maybe. Last night, when you grabbed my hand, that was a moment for me. I've spent my whole life doing what I'm supposed to do, being who I'm supposed to be. And then this scared, brave woman trusted me with something precious, her safety, her life maybe, and for the first time in years, I felt needed, not for what I represent, for who I am." Emily's eyes stung. "That's the most beautiful thing anyone's ever said to me." "It's the truth." His thumb brushed her cheek, gentle. "You make me feel human, Emily, like I'm more than just a title or a position, like I'm just a man." "You are just a man. Am I?" Something sad flickered in his expression. "I wonder sometimes." The song ended, but they kept holding each other. Finally, Aid stepped back. "Let me take you home." They walked outside. The night air was cool, perfect. At her building, Aid walked her to her door. They stopped in the hallway. "Thank you," Emily said, "for tonight, for everything. Thank you for saying yes." They stood close. The air between them felt electric, heavy. Aid leaned in, slow, giving her time to move away if she wanted. She didn't want to. His lips brushed hers, soft, questioning. Emily's hand found his chest. She could feel his heart racing. Then he pulled back, just slightly. "Not yet," he whispered. "I want to, but not yet." "You deserve more than a rushed kiss in a hallway." "When?" "When you're sure. When there's no fear. When it's just us and nothing else." Emily nodded. Understood. He was right. "Sleep safe, Emily." "You too, Aid." She watched him go, watched him disappear into the night. Inside, she touched her lips where his had been. Her phone buzzed. Sophie. Details. Now. All of them. Emily laughed, typed back the whole story. Then she lay in bed staring at the ceiling, smiling. For the first time in forever, tomorrow felt like a promise instead of a threat. Outside her window, the city lights glowed, and somewhere in those lights, Aid was thinking about her too. Both of them restless, both of them hoping, neither of them knowing how complicated things were about to become. The next afternoon, Emily sat at her desk trying to focus on a logo redesign. The colors wouldn't work. Nothing felt right. Her mind kept drifting back to last night. The almost kiss. The way Adi had looked at her like she was the only person in the world. Sophie burst through her office door without knocking. "You need to see this." Sophie's face was pale, serious. "Right now." "What's wrong?" Sophie set her phone on Emily's desk. The screen showed a news photo. 6 months old maybe, a formal event. World leaders in suits. And there, standing between them, was Aid. But he wasn't just standing there. He was central, important. The caption read, "King Adewale Kamara of Azarim addresses the United Nations on climate initiatives." Emily's stomach dropped. That can't be... "It's him, Em. Your Aid. He's a king. An actual king." Emily grabbed the phone, scrolled through more images. A day in formal robes, a day shaking hands with presidents, a day giving speeches. King Adewale Kamara. No, the word came out weak. No, there has to be a mistake. There's no mistake, look. Sophie pulled up more articles. He's been in New York for the past 2 weeks, some kind of private diplomatic visit. He's staying at the plaza under heavy security. Emily's hands started shaking. He lied to me. Maybe he had a reason. What reason? What possible reason is there for lying about being a king? Her voice rose, cracked. I told him everything about Derek, about feeling invisible, about being scared, and the whole time he was lying. Get out. Emily stood. I need to be alone. Sophie hesitated, then nodded. Call me if you need me. I'm serious. After Sophie left, Emily sat in silence. The office buzzed around her, but she couldn't hear it, couldn't hear anything except her own thoughts screaming. He lied. He lied. He lied. She thought about every conversation, every moment. Had any of it been real? Or was she just some distraction, some fun story he'd tell his friends back home? The scared little American girl who grabbed my hand in Times Square. Her phone buzzed. Can I see you tonight, same time? Emily stared at the message. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. She typed fast, angry. Emily, who are you? Really? 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Aid, I can explain. Please, let me explain in person. Emily, you're a king. You lied to me. Aid, yes, and I'm sorry. More sorry than I can say in a text. Meet me, please. Give me a chance to make this right. Emily wanted to say no, wanted to block his number and pretend none of this happened, but underneath the anger, something else hurt worse. She cared about him, really cared, and that made the lie cut deeper. Emily, fine. 8 o'clock, the coffee shop where we first talked. Aid, thank you. Emily shoved her phone in her drawer, tried to work, gave up after 10 minutes. She left early, walked home in a daze. Inside her apartment she paced, changed clothes 3 times. Each outfit felt wrong. Finally she settled on jeans and a sweater. If he wanted honesty, she'd give him honesty. No pretending to be someone she wasn't. At 7:30, her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I saw you with him again. You really think a king wants someone like you? You're embarrassing yourself. Come back to me. I'm the only one who will ever really love you. Emily deleted the message, blocked the number, but Derek's words stuck like thorns. You're embarrassing yourself. Was she? Was this whole thing just a fantasy? A game to Aid while he played at being normal? She almost didn't go, but at 7:50, she grabbed her jacket and walked out the door. Aid was already there when she arrived, sitting at the same table, 2 cups in front of him, coffee and tea. He stood when he saw her. Emily, don't. She slid into the chair across from him. Just tell me the truth, all of it. He sat slowly. My name is Adewale Kamara. I'm the king of Azarim, a small country in West Africa. I've been in New York for 2 weeks meeting with the UN and various world leaders about climate agreements and trade partnerships. Emily's jaw tightened. So everything you told me was a lie? No, not everything. Not the things that mattered. You said you travel for work. You said your family values culture. You made it sound like you were just some businessman. I never lied about who I am inside. His voice was steady, but his eyes pleaded. I just didn't tell you about the title, the crown, the obligations. That's a pretty big thing to leave out. I know. He leaned forward. Emily, do you know what it's like to never be seen as just yourself, to have every conversation calculated, every interaction monitored, every relationship questioned? No, because I'm not a king. Exactly. He ran a hand over his face. When I'm home, I'm King Adewale every second of every day. I make decisions that affect millions of people. I sit in meetings where every word I say is recorded and analyzed. I can't go anywhere without security, without photographers, without people wanting something from me. Emily crossed her arms. Poor you. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm trying to explain. He took a breath. When I came to New York, I asked my security to keep their distance. I wanted a few days to just breathe, to walk without being watched, to have a conversation without it being about treaties or politics, or what I can do for someone's agenda. So you lied. I omitted. There's a difference. Not to me. Silence stretched between them. The coffee shop hummed with other people's conversations, other people's normal lives. When you grabbed my hand, Aid said quietly, you weren't looking for a king. You were looking for help, for safety. And in that moment, I wasn't a king either. I was just a man who wanted to protect you. Emily's throat got tight. But you're not just a man, you can't be, that's the point. With you I was. For the first time in years, someone looked at me and didn't see a crown. Didn't want anything except... He stopped. You just wanted me to be there, to be real. And I was. Everything I told you about wanting to feel human, about needing one genuine connection, that was all true. But you still lied. Yes. He didn't look away. And I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner. After the first coffee, after the art exhibit, before last night, I kept telling myself I'd find the right moment, but I was scared. Scared of what? That you'd look at me differently. That you'd stop seeing me as Aid and only see King Adderwale. That I'd lose the one real thing I'd found in years. Emily wanted to stay angry, wanted to hold on to her hurt like a shield, but his expression was so open, so raw. I don't know how to trust this, she whispered. I don't know what's real and what's just you playing pretend. Everything between us is real, my feelings are real. The way I... He stopped, started again. Emily, I've met presidents and prime ministers. I've dined with celebrities and billionaires, and none of them made me feel what I feel when I'm with you. What do you feel? Seen, understood, like I can finally breathe. He reached across the table, stopped just short of touching her hand. Like maybe I'm not just a title and a responsibility, like maybe I'm enough exactly as I am. Emily looked at his hand, so close, not quite touching. She thought about Derek, about how he'd made her feel small, invisible, wrong. Aid made her feel the opposite. Big, important. Right, but could she trust that? I need time, she said, to think, to figure out if this is something I can handle. Pain flickered across his face, but he nodded. I understand. Do you? Because I'm just a graphic designer from Brooklyn. My life is small and simple. Your life is everything, everywhere. How would that even work? I don't know, but I want to try. If you'll let me. Emily stood. I'll call you when I'm ready. If I'm ready. Emily, please don't follow me. Just give me space. She walked out before he could respond, before she could see his expression and change her mind. Outside, the night air felt like ice. Emily wrapped her arms around herself and walked fast. At home, she called Sophie. How did it go? He apologized, explained, said everything between us was real. Do you believe him? Emily sank onto her couch. I don't know. Part of me does. Part of me thinks I'm being an idiot. You're not an idiot, you're scared, there's a difference. I just don't want to be hurt again. I can't survive another Derek. Aid isn't Derek. Sophie's voice was firm. Derek made you small. Harry makes you brave. Those are not the same thing. But he lied. He omitted. And yeah, that sucks. But think about why. He wasn't trying to manipulate you. He was trying to protect something real between you. That's different from Derek's lies. Emily closed her eyes. I want to believe that. Then believe it. Take a leap. See where it goes. They talked for another hour. Sophie made her laugh, made her think. After hanging up, Emily lay in bed staring at her phone. She pulled up news articles about King Adewale Kamara. He'd taken the throne young, after his father died unexpectedly. He'd spent the last 8 years modernizing his country, building schools, improving healthcare, fighting corruption. He was respected, admired, called the People's King because he genuinely seemed to care. In every photo, he looked composed, regal, untouchable, except for one, a candid shot from earlier that week. He was walking in Central Park, head down, hands in pockets, looking tired, human. The caption said, King Adewale takes rare private moment during New York visit. Emily zoomed in on his face. Even in the photo, she could see the weight he carried. Maybe Sophie was right. Maybe he really had been trying to protect something real. Her phone buzzed. Audi, I'm not sorry for protecting you, or for caring about you, but I am sorry for not being honest sooner. Whatever you decide, I'll respect it. Sleep safe, Emily. Her chest ached. She typed and deleted 5 different responses. Finally settled on, thank you for explaining. Good night. Not forgiveness, not quite, but not goodbye either. The next morning, Emily woke to sun and her phone ringing. Hello? Emily Carter, a man's voice. Unfamiliar. Who is this? My name is Marcus Chen. I'm a reporter with the New York Times. I'm working on a story about King Adewale's visit to New York, and I understand you've been seen with him several times. Would you be willing to comment? Emily's blood went cold. I don't know what you're talking about. We have photos of you and the king having coffee, walking in Central Park, dancing at a restaurant. If you're in a relationship with him, the public has a right to know. We're not. Emily couldn't breathe. Leave me alone. She hung up. Her hands shook. How did they know? How did they find her? Her phone rang again. Different number. She didn't answer. A text came through from Ade. Don't talk to any reporters, please, I'm handling it. Emily wanted to throw her phone across the room. Instead, she got dressed and went to work. At her office, people stared, whispered. Someone had left a tabloid on her desk with a photo of her and Ade at the restaurant. The headline read, "Secret Romance. Mystery Woman Captures King's Heart." Her face was circled in red. Emily shoved the paper in the trash, tried to focus on work. At lunch, she ignored 3 more calls from reporters. Then flowers arrived, 24 red roses. The card said, "I'm sorry the world found us, but I'm not sorry I found you." Emily stared at them for a long time. Then another delivery came. More flowers. White lilies this time. The card said, "Please come back to me. I can protect you from all this. You know where you belong." Emily's stomach turned. She threw them in the trash. Flowers and all. Her phone rang. "Ade," she answered. "This is a nightmare. I know, I'm so sorry. I never wanted this for you. How did they find out? Someone must have recognized me, or tipped them off. It happens." He sounded tired, frustrated. "Emily, please let me send security. Just until this dies down." "No, I don't want guards following me around." "Then I need to go. I have work." "Wait. Tonight. Let me take you somewhere safe. Away from cameras. We need to talk." Emily hesitated. Every instinct screamed to say no, to run, to hide. But underneath the fear, something else whispered. "You can't hide forever and you don't want to." "Okay," she said, "but somewhere actually private. No restaurants where people can find us. I'll arrange something. I promise." That evening, a black car picked Emily up. Not Ade's driver. Someone else. Professional. Quiet. They drove to a building in Manhattan. Expensive. Exclusive. The kind of place Emily would never be able to afford. The driver walked her to a penthouse elevator. Used a special key. The doors opened directly into an apartment. No, not an apartment. A palace transported to New York. High ceilings. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Art that probably cost more than her yearly salary. And Ade, standing by the window, waiting. "Hi," she said, her voice small in the huge space. "Hi." He crossed to her. "Thank you for coming. I know today was awful. I know this is overwhelming. This place is..." She turned in a circle. "Is this yours?" "No. It belongs to a friend who's out of the country. He offered it so we could have real privacy." Ade gestured to the dining table. "Set for 2. Candles. Simple food. I had dinner brought in. Nothing fancy. Just us." Emily walked to the windows. The city spread out below like a blanket of lights. "I got calls all day, reporters. Someone left a tabloid on my desk. I'm sorry. Derek sent me flowers, at work. The card said he could protect me from all this." She turned to face him. "This is your world, Ade. Cameras, secrets, pressure. I don't know how to exist in it. You don't have to, not if you don't want to. But if I'm with you, I do. That's the reality." Ade moved closer. "Emily, I can't change who I am. I can't make the crown disappear. But I can promise that whatever we build together, it will be real. Protected. Ours. How? How do you protect something when the whole world is watching? We start by being honest. No more secrets. No more hiding." He took her hands. "Ask me anything, everything. I'll tell you the truth." Emily looked at their joined hands, dark and light. King and commoner. It should feel wrong. It didn't. "Are you married?" The question burst out. "Engaged? Promised to someone?" "No, my council wants me to marry for political alliance, but I've refused. For years. They think I'm being stubborn." "Are you?" "Maybe. Or maybe I was waiting for something real." His thumbs brushed across her knuckles. "Someone who sees past the crown. What happens when you go home? Do you just forget about me?" "Never." The word was fierce, absolute. "Emily, I don't know how this works. I don't know the logistics or the politics or any of it, but I know I want to try. I know that losing you would hurt more than any scandal or controversy." Emily's eyes stung. "I'm scared." "Me too." "You? You're a king. You face down world leaders. What do you have to be scared of?" "Losing you." He said it simple, direct. "Watching you walk away because my world is too complicated, too heavy. That terrifies me more than anything I've ever faced." The honesty in his expression broke something open inside her. "I don't want to walk away," she whispered, "but I don't know how to do this. how to be with someone like you. Then we figure it out together, one day at a time. No pressure, no expectations, just us. Emily looked up at him. Just us. Just us. She nodded. Okay, we try. Relief washed over his face. He pulled her close, wrapped his arms around her. She pressed her face into his chest and breathed. This felt right. Real. Let's eat, he said, and talk about everything. No more walls. They sat at the table, ate pasta and salad, drank wine, and talked. Adi told her about growing up royal, the pressure, the loneliness, how he'd never had real friends because everyone wanted something. Emily told him about her childhood, small town, normal family, how she'd come to New York chasing dreams that felt smaller every year. Derek made me feel like my dreams were silly, she said, like wanting to be happy was asking too much. Your dreams aren't silly. They're human, beautiful. What are your dreams? Real ones, not king stuff. Aid was quiet for a moment. To paint. I studied art before my father died. I was going to be an artist, live in Paris or New York, create things. He smiled sadly. Then duty called. I put the brushes away. That's heartbreaking. It's responsibility. Sometimes we don't get to choose. But you chose to be here in New York, incognito. I chose freedom, even if just for a few days, and I found something better than freedom. He looked at her. I found you. Emily's heart squeezed. You really mean that? Every word. After dinner, they moved to the couch. The city glowed outside. Aid put his arm around her. She leaned into him. They didn't talk, just existed together. Then his phone rang. He ignored it. It rang again. You should answer, Emily said. It can wait. But it rang a third time. He sighed and checked it. His expression went tense. What's wrong? Nothing urgent. Just my counsel, reminding me of obligations. You should go. Handle it. I don't want to leave you. I'll be here when you get back, I promise. He kissed her forehead. 10 minutes. He stepped onto the balcony. Emily could see him pacing, talking, his shoulders tight with stress. She pulled out her phone, checked messages. Sophie, are you okay? Call me. Another unknown number. You don't deserve him. Everyone knows you're using him for his money. You're pathetic. Emily blocked the number, but the message left a stain. Was Derek right? Did people think she was using Aid? Did Aid think that? He came back inside looking exhausted. Sorry, they never stop. It's okay. That's your life. Unfortunately, he sat next to her. Where were we? I should probably go home. It's late. Stay. The word came out soft, hopeful. Not like that. I don't want tonight to end. There's a guest room. You'd be safe, comfortable. Emily should say no, should maintain distance, but she didn't want to. She wanted this, wanted him. Okay, I'll stay. They talked until midnight, then Aid showed her to the guest room. Massive bed, private bathroom, everything perfect. At the door, he paused. Good night, Emily. Good night, Aid. He started to leave, stopped, turned back. Can I kiss you? For real this time? Emily's breath caught. Yes. He crossed to her, cupped her face in his hands, gentle, reverent. Then he kissed her, soft at first, testing, then deeper as she pressed closer. His arms came around her, held her like she was precious, breakable. Emily's hands found his chest, his shoulders, his neck. The kiss went on forever, and not long enough. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathing hard. I've wanted to do that since the moment I met you, he whispered. Me too. Sleep safe, Emily. You too. He left. She stood in the doorway watching him go. Then she closed the door and touched her lips, smiling. In the living room, Aid stood at the windows, heart racing, mind spinning. He was in so much trouble. He'd broken every rule, put his reputation and credibility at risk, and he didn't care, not even a little. Morning came soft. Emily woke to sun and the smell of coffee. She found Aid in the kitchen. He'd changed into fresh clothes, simple jeans and a t-shirt, making breakfast. Good morning, he smiled when he saw her. Bright, genuine. You cook? When I'm allowed. At home, staff do everything. Here, I get to be normal. He poured her coffee. I made eggs. Hope that's okay. It's perfect. They ate together. Quiet, comfortable. A woman appeared from another room. Older, elegant. She looked at Emily with sharp, assessing eyes. Emily, this is Miriam, Aid said. My aide and the person who keeps my life from falling apart. Miriam's expression softened slightly. It's nice to meet you, Miss Carter, though I wish it were under less complicated circumstances. Miriam, Ade's voice held warning. "The council is demanding your return. Today, the press coverage has escalated beyond our control. I'm aware. Your Majesty—" "Not now, Miriam." She gave him a long look, then nodded. "I'll be in the office when you're ready to discuss travel arrangements." After she left, Emily set down her fork. "She doesn't like me. She doesn't know you yet. She's protective. It's her job. She's right, though. The press is out of control. You should go home before this gets worse. I'm not leaving you to face this alone. I'll be fine. I'm always fine. That's what I'm worried about." He reached across the table, took her hand. "You've spent so long being fine alone. Let me be here. Let me help." Before Emily could respond, there was a knock at the door. Miriam answered, spoke quietly to someone. Then she appeared in the doorway, her face pale. "Detective Walsh is here. He says it's urgent. About Derek Holt." Emily's blood went cold. The detective entered, middle-aged, tired eyes. He looked at Emily. "Miss Carter, I'm sorry to intrude, but there's been an incident. Derek Holt was arrested last night outside your apartment building, drunk, carrying a weapon. Your neighbor, Mrs. Chen, called it in." Emily couldn't breathe. "A weapon? A knife? He was shouting your name, making threats. We have him in custody now, but I need you to come to the station. Make a formal statement." Ade stood. "I'll take her. And you are?" "Someone who cares about her safety." Walsh looked between them. Recognition flickered. "Right. The king. I saw the news." He turned back to Emily. "Do you want to press charges?" "Yes." Emily's voice shook but held firm. "Yes. I want him away from me. Forever. Then let's go." Ade stayed by her side through everything. The police station, the statement, the paperwork. Walsh was professional, kind. He assured her Derek would be held without bail, that a restraining order would be issued immediately. "You did the right thing," he said as they left. "Too many people wait until it's too late." Outside, photographers were waiting. Someone must have tipped them off. Flashes exploded. Questions shouted. "Is it true you're dating the king? How long have you been together? Are you moving to Africa?" Ade wrapped his arm around Emily, shielded her from cameras. His driver had the car ready. They got in fast. Inside, Emily trembled. "This is insane." "I know, I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. You didn't create Derek. You didn't call the paparazzi. But I brought this attention to you." "No. Derek brought danger to me. You brought safety." She looked at him. "There's a difference." His expression softened. "Are you okay, really?" "I don't know. Ask me tomorrow." "Fair enough." They drove to her apartment so she could get fresh clothes. At her door, Sophie was waiting, pacing. "Oh, thank God!" Sophie grabbed Emily into a hug. "I heard about Derek. Are you okay? Did he hurt you?" "I'm fine. He never got close." Sophie looked past her to Ade. "And you? You're the king." "Yes. You better not hurt her. I don't care how much money you have or how many countries you rule. You hurt her, you deal with me." Ade smiled. "I like her. Everyone does." Emily unlocked her door. "Give me 10 minutes to change." Inside, she leaned against the door, breathed. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. "This isn't over. I'll find a way. You're mine." Emily's hands shook. She showed it to Ade. His expression went dark, dangerous. "He sent this from jail?" "Must have, or someone for him. Forward it to Detective Walsh, immediately." Emily did, then blocked the number. Ade pulled her close. "He can't hurt you. I won't let him. You can't protect me from everything. Watch me try." That afternoon, Ade insisted on doing something normal, something to distract Emily from the fear. He called Sophie. What would Emily love to do? Something fun, light. Sophie's answer was immediate. Brooklyn, street markets, music. She loves the energy there. So that's what they did. Ade, Emily, and Sophie, walking through Brooklyn like normal people. Miriam followed at a distance, discreet, watchful. They hit vintage shops and record stores, tried different foods, laughed at street performers. For a few hours, Emily forgot about Derek, about cameras, about everything complicated. She was just a woman having fun with people she cared about. At a park, they found a food truck festival. Emily and Sophie got tacos while Ade wandered to a stand selling art. He came back carrying a sketchbook and pencils. "What's that for?" Emily asked. "You'll see." They found a spot on the grass. Ade started sketching. Emily watched his hands move, confident, skilled, creating something from nothing. "You're really good," she said. "Years of practice, then years of neglect. I'm rusty." "You don't look rusty." He smiled, kept drawing. 20 minutes later, he turned the sketchbook around. Emily's breath caught. It was her, sitting in the grass, smiling. The lines simple but somehow capturing everything. Her expression, her essence. "That's beautiful," Sophie breathed. "That's you," Ade said to Emily. "The way I see you." Emily's eyes stung. "Thank you. Keep it, so you remember this moment, this day when everything was simple." She took the sketch, carefully, precious. Around them the festival continued. Music played, people laughed, and somewhere in the crowd, a camera clicked, then another. By the time they noticed, there were 3 photographers, 4, snapping pictures from a distance. "Time to go," Miriam said quietly. She'd appeared from nowhere. They packed up fast, headed back to the car, but the photos were already uploading, already spreading. By the time they reached Emily's apartment, social media had exploded. "Unknown woman steals king's heart. Secret romance exposed. King Adewale's mystery girlfriend revealed." Emily's face was everywhere. Her name, where she worked, where she lived. Everything private was suddenly public. "I can't do this," she whispered, staring at her phone. "I can't live like this." Ade took the phone gently, set it aside. "You don't have to look at it. It doesn't matter if I look. Everyone else is looking. Everyone is judging, deciding if I'm good enough, pretty enough, smart enough. You're enough, more than enough. You don't know that. Your council doesn't even want me near you. They don't get to decide who I care about. Maybe they should. Maybe this is too hard, too complicated." Ade turned her face toward him. "Emily Carter, listen to me. I have faced down political rivals, trade disputes, family tragedies, and none of it scared me as much as the thought of losing you. So yes, this is hard, this is complicated, but it's worth it. You're worth it." Tears slipped down her cheeks. "What if I'm not strong enough? You grabbed a stranger's hand in Times Square to escape danger. You stood up to your ex. You faced down cameras and reporters without breaking. You're the strongest person I know." "I don't feel strong. No one does, not when they're scared." He wiped her tears with his thumb. "But you don't have to be strong alone anymore. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere." Emily leaned into him, let him hold her while she cried. Outside, the city hummed, unaware, uncaring. But here, in this moment, 2 people held each other against the chaos, and that felt like enough, for now. The next morning, Emily woke on her couch. Ade had stayed the night, not in her bed, just there, keeping watch, making sure she felt safe. He was in her tiny kitchen now, making coffee. "Morning," he said softly, like she might break if he spoke too loud. "Hi." Her voice came out rough, tired. She'd cried herself to sleep. He brought her coffee, black, the way she liked it. "Miriam called. My council wants to video conference this afternoon. They're demanding I come home." Emily's stomach dropped. "You should go." "I don't want to." "But you have to. You're a king. You have responsibilities." "My responsibility right now is you." "No." Emily set down her coffee. "Your responsibility is your country, your people. I'm just a girl from Brooklyn who got caught up in something too big. Don't do that. Don't make yourself small again." "I'm not. I'm being realistic." She stood, paced. "Look at us, Ade. Look at this situation. You're a king. I'm nobody. The whole world is watching, judging. Your council hates me. The press is calling me a gold digger. Derek is in jail sending threats. This is insane. So we weather it, together. For how long? A week? A month? Then what? You go home and I stay here, and we pretend long distance works? Or do I give up my entire life and move to a country I've never been to? Become someone I'm not?" Ade was quiet for a long moment. "I don't have all the answers." "I know. That's the problem." Her phone buzzed. "Sophie, Sophie, turn on the news, Channel 7, now." Emily grabbed the remote, clicked on the TV. A news anchor sat behind a desk, professional, serious. In other news, questions continue to swirl around King Adewale Kamara's relationship with New York graphic designer Emily Carter. Some are calling it a modern fairy tale. Others are raising concerns about the appropriateness of the relationship, given the vast differences in their backgrounds and the king's diplomatic mission. The screen cut to a royal expert, a woman in a fancy suit. Historically, African monarchs marry within their social class or for political alliance. A relationship with a commoner, particularly a foreigner, would be highly controversial. The King's Council is likely pressuring him to end this and return to his duties. Then Derek's face filled the screen. Prison interview. Orange jumpsuit. Smirking. "Emily is fragile, easily influenced," Derek said. "I'm worried this king is taking advantage of her, Using her for publicity. She doesn't understand what she's getting into. I just want her to be safe, to come back to reality. Emily felt sick. He's making himself look like the hero, like he cares. No one believes him, Ade said, but his voice was tight, angry. The anchor came back. King Adderwale's office has declined to comment on the relationship. Meanwhile, speculation grows about whether the king will extend his stay in New York or return home as scheduled. Emily turned off the TV. Your office declined to comment, because it's no one's business. But it is their business. You're a public figure, a leader. Your personal life affects your credibility. My personal life is mine. Not when you're a king. Emily turned to face him. Ade, be honest. What happens if you stay? If you keep defying your counsel, what are the consequences? He looked away. Political tension, loss of respect from some factions, possible challenges to my authority. See, this isn't just about us. This affects your ability to lead, to help your people. I can manage both. Can you? Or are you just willing to risk everything for something that might not even work? It will work. You don't know that. Her voice rose, broke. We barely know each other. We've had, 5 days together? And you're willing to damage your reputation and your country for me? Yes. The word came out absolute, unshakable. Emily's eyes filled with tears. Don't say that. Don't make me responsible for your choices. You're not. This is my choice, mine alone. But it affects me, don't you see? If you stay and things fall apart, I'm the woman who ruined a king. If you go, and we try to make it work from across the ocean, we'll both be miserable. Either way, we lose. We don't have to. Yes, we do. Emily wiped her eyes. Because the world won't let us just be us. There will always be cameras, opinions, pressure, and I can't live like that. I'm not strong enough. Emily, please. She held up a hand. Just don't. I need to think. Alone. Ade's expression cracked, pain showing through. Okay, I'll give you space, but I'm not giving up on us. He gathered his things, stopped at the door. Whatever you decide, he said quietly. Know that meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. You gave me something I didn't know I needed. Hope. Real connection. The feeling that I'm more than just a crown. Then he was gone. Emily sank to the floor, sobbed into her hands. 3 hours later, Sophie arrived with ice cream and tissues. Talk to me, Sophie said, settling on the couch next to Emily. I told him to go. That this was too hard. Do you mean it? I don't know. Yes. No. Maybe. Emily dug her spoon into the ice cream. Sophie, how do I do this? How do I date a king? I can't even handle my own life. That's Derek talking, not you. Maybe Derek was right about some things. Maybe I do need someone normal. Someone simple. Ade isn't complicated. His situation is, there's a difference. Is there? Sophie took the ice cream away, made Emily look at her. Listen to me. You have spent 2 years letting Derek convince you that you're not enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not worthy enough. And the second someone sees you for who you really are, someone amazing, you panic and push him away. That's fear, not wisdom. I'm being realistic. You're being scared. And I get it. This is terrifying. But Emily, when has anything worth having ever been easy? When has love ever been simple? This isn't love. It's been 5 days. Time doesn't matter. Feeling does. And I see the way you look at him. The way he looks at you. That's real. Emily's phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. I told you he'd leave eventually. They always do. Come back to me. I forgive you. Sophie grabbed the phone. How is he still contacting you? Different numbers. Probably other inmates' phones. Friends on the outside, I don't know. This is harassment. You need to tell Detective Walsh. I know, I will. But the message burrowed into her brain. They always do. Was Derek right? Would Ade eventually realize she wasn't worth the trouble and leave? Across town, Ade stood on a hotel balcony. Miriam had insisted they move from the penthouse to more secure lodging, somewhere with actual security protocols. His phone rang. Video call from the Royal Council. He answered. 5 faces appeared on screen. Serious. Disappointed. Your Majesty, the head counselor said, we need to discuss your return. Immediately. I'm listening. The media coverage of your relationship has become a distraction. It's overshadowing your diplomatic mission, making you look frivolous, irresponsible. I completed every scheduled meeting, signed the trade agreements, delivered the UN address. I've done my duty. Your duty extends beyond paperwork. You represent Azarim, our values, our traditions. A relationship with a foreign commoner sends the wrong message. Ade's jaw tightened. What message would that be? That you don't respect our customs? That you're willing to compromise our image for personal gratification? Or it sends the message that even a king can fall in love? That connection matters more than protocol. Love, another counselor scoffed. Your Majesty, you've known this woman less than a week. Time doesn't dictate feeling. It does dictate wisdom. And wisdom says you return home now, before this becomes a scandal we can't control. It's my decision. Yes, and we're asking you to make the right one. For your country. For your people. The call ended. Miriam appeared in the doorway. They're right, you know. You too? I'm always on your side, you know that. But I'm also practical. She moved to stand beside him. You're 28 years old. Young for a king. You've worked hard to earn respect. To modernize, to prove you can lead. Don't throw it away for a relationship that might not survive the pressure. You don't know Emily. She's stronger than she looks. I'm sure she is. But strength doesn't mean she can handle this life. Most people can't. She deserves the chance to try. Does she want to try? Or is she already pulling away? Ade was quiet. He'd seen Emily's face this morning. The fear, the doubt. She's scared, he said finally. Then let her go. If you truly care about her, let her have a normal life. Don't drag her into your world and watch it break her. You think I'd break her? I think the crown would. The pressure, the scrutiny, the constant judgment. Miriam's expression softened. I've seen it happen before, to your mother, to others. This life destroys people who aren't built for it. My mother was happy. Your mother learned to survive. That's different from happiness. The words hit hard. Truth often did. 2 days passed. Emily didn't call, didn't text. Ade respected her space, gave her time to think, but every hour felt like torture. On the 3rd day, tabloids exploded with a new story. King's girlfriend used him for fame. Ex-boyfriend speaks out. The article was full of Derek's lies, twisted versions of truth. He claimed Emily had a history of dating wealthy men, that she'd manipulated Ade, that she'd planned the whole thing for attention. There were quotes from anonymous sources saying Emily had bragged about landing a king. None of it was true, but it looked credible, sounded believable. Ade called Emily immediately. Don't read the articles. Don't believe any of it. Too late. Her voice was flat, empty. My boss called, said the publicity is affecting the company. Clients are uncomfortable. He suggested I take a leave of absence. He can't fire you for dating someone. He's not firing me. He's protecting the business. I understand. Emily, I got voicemails from my mum. She saw the news. She's worried, confused. My little life that nobody cared about is suddenly everyone's business. She laughed, bitter. Congratulations. You made me visible, just like you promised. This isn't visibility. It's a circus, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Silence stretched between them. I can't do this anymore, Emily finally said. I can't be the reason your reputation is damaged. Can't watch you choose me over your duty. Can't live with cameras following my every move. I can't. What are you saying? I'm saying goodbye, Ade. This was beautiful, magical, but it's not real life. Real life is messy and complicated, and neither of us can afford the cost. No, the word came out sharp, desperate. Don't do this. We can figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. You're a king. I'm nobody. Those are facts we can't change. You're not nobody to me. That's not enough. It should be, but it's not. Her voice cracked. Go home, Ade. Be the king your people need. Find someone appropriate, someone who fits your world. Be happy. I can't be happy without you. You will be, eventually, and you'll realize I was right, that this was just a moment, a beautiful, impossible moment. But moments end. Emily, please. I have to go. Thank you for everything, for making me feel seen, for protecting me, for showing me what kindness looks like. I'll never forget you. Don't. The line went dead. Ade stood frozen, phone in hand, heart splintering. Miriam appeared, touched his shoulder gently. I'm sorry. She's wrong. This wasn't just a moment. Maybe, but she's made her choice. You need to respect it. I can't just leave her. You can, and you will, because that's what she asked. Miriam's voice was firm, kind. Your Majesty, you have a plane waiting, a country waiting, duties waiting. It's time to go home. Ade looked at the city outside, the lights Emily loved, the streets where they'd walked, the place where he'd found her, where he'd found himself. Book the flight, he said quietly. We leave tonight. Emily lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Sophie had gone home an hour ago. The apartment felt too quiet, too empty. Her phone sat on the nightstand, silent. She'd done the right thing. She knew she had. So why did it feel like dying? Outside, rain started falling, gentle at first, then harder. Emily pulled the covers over her head and cried. 5 days later, Emily went back to work, kept her head down, ignored the whispers. The tabloids had moved on to other stories, other scandals. She was yesterday's news, forgotten. It should have felt like relief. It felt like erasure. Sophie checked on her daily, brought food, forced her to shower, to eat, to function. "He's gone," Sophie said on day 6. "His plane left. It was all over the news." Emily nodded. She'd known, had felt it somehow, the moment he left the city, like a light going out. "You did what you thought was right," Sophie continued. "Nobody can fault you for that. Then why do I feel like I made the biggest mistake of my life? Because sometimes the right choice still hurts." Emily's phone buzzed. A news alert. King Adderwale returns home to face council scrutiny. Relationship over. The article showed photos of A-Day stepping off his plane, surrounded by security, his expression blank, regal, untouchable, like the man she'd met never existed. Emily closed the article, deleted the app. She had to move forward, had to let go, even if it killed her. Days blurred together. Work, home, sleep, repeat. Emily existed but didn't live. On day 12, Detective Walsh called. "Miss Carter, I wanted to update you. Derek Holt made bail this morning." Emily's blood went cold. "What?" "A lawyer posted his bond. Someone with deep pockets. We don't know who yet. But he's out. The restraining order is still in effect. He can't come within 500 feet of you, but I wanted you to be aware." "Okay, thank you. Be careful, and call if anything feels off." Emily hung up. Her hands shook. Derek was out, free, and Aid was gone. She was alone again, just like before. The irony wasn't lost on her. That night, Emily worked late. The office was empty, just her and the hum of computers. She was finishing a logo when she heard footsteps in the hall. "Hello?" she called. No answer. Probably the cleaning crew. She saved her work, packed her bag. At the elevator, she pressed the button, waited. "Emily." She spun around. Derek stood at the end of the hall, hands in pockets, casual, like he had every right to be there. "How did you get in?" Her voice shook. "You're not supposed to be near me. I know the building manager. He let me up. I told him I needed to apologize, to make things right. There's a restraining order. Piece of paper. Doesn't mean anything." He walked closer, slow, predatory. "We need to talk." "No, we don't." Emily backed toward the elevator, hit the button again, harder. "Your king is gone, Em. He left you, just like I said he would. Men like him don't end up with women like you. Stay away from me. I'm the only one who really knows you, who really loves you. Why can't you see that?" The elevator dinged. Doors opened. Emily rushed inside, hit the close button. Derek's hand shot out, stopped the doors. "We're not done," he said. Emily pulled out her phone. "I'm calling the police." "Go ahead. By the time they get here, we'll have finished our conversation." The elevator doors started to close. Derek had to move his hand or get crushed. He moved. The doors shut. Emily collapsed against the wall, shaking, sobbing. She dialed 911 with trembling fingers. "This is 911. What's your emergency?" "My ex-boyfriend. He's violating a restraining order. He cornered me at my office. I need help." She gave the address. Waited in the lobby with security until police arrived. Derek was gone by then, vanished. But the fear stayed. At home, Emily locked every lock, pushed a chair against the door, called Sophie. "He found me. At work. He violated the restraining order." "Oh my God, are you okay?" "No, I'm terrified. And Aid is gone, and I told him to go, and now I'm alone, and Derek is out there, and—" "Stop. Breathe. I'm coming over. Right now. Don't move." Sophie arrived 20 minutes later, stayed the night on the couch. "You need to call Aid," Sophie said in the darkness. "I can't. I told him goodbye. I made him leave." "So? You were wrong. Tell him you were wrong. It's not that simple." "Yes, it is. You pick up the phone, you call, you tell him you need him, that's it. He's a king, Sophie. He has responsibilities, a country. He can't just drop everything and come back because I'm scared, can't he? He did before." Emily was quiet, thinking. Before she could respond, her phone buzzed. "Unknown number. You can't hide from me. I'll always find you. You're mine forever." Emily showed Sophie. "That's it." Sophie grabbed the phone. "I'm calling the detective, and then I'm calling Aid. I don't care what you say." "Sophie, no. You don't get to be noble and scared and alone. That's not how this works. People who love you don't abandon you just because you push them away. She dialed a number, put it on speaker. It rang 3 times. Hello? Miriam's voice, professional, guarded. This is Sophie Lane, Emily Carter's friend. I need to speak to King Adderwale. It's urgent. I'm afraid His Majesty is in meetings. I don't care if he's meeting with God himself. Derek Holt is stalking Emily, threatening her. She's in danger and Aid needs to know now. Silence. Then, hold, please. 30 seconds passed. Then a voice Emily knew, deep, worried. Sophie? What's wrong? What happened? Tell him, Sophie said, shoving the phone at Emily. Emily took it with shaking hands. Aid? Emily. Just her name. But it held everything. Relief, fear, love. Talk to me. What's happening? Derek made bail. He found me at work tonight, cornered me, sent more threats. The police can't stop him. He's obsessed, and I don't know what to do. Where are you now? Home. Sophie's here. But I'm scared. He knows where I live, where I work. He won't stop until... I'm coming back. No, you can't. Your counsel. Your duties. I don't care. You're more important. Aid, please, you'll ruin everything you've worked for. I already ruined it when I left you alone. I should have stayed, should have fought for you instead of letting you push me away. Emily's throat closed up. I thought I was doing the right thing. You were protecting me. I understand. But Emily, I don't need protecting. I need you, and you need me. So I'm coming back, tonight, and I'm not leaving until you're safe. Your council will never forgive you. Then they'll learn to live with disappointment. I'm a king, yes, but before that I'm a man, and the woman I love is in danger. Nothing matters more than that. Emily's heart stopped. You love me? A pause. Then, yes. I didn't want to say it like this. Over the phone. But yes, I love you, Emily Carter. I fell in love with you the moment you grabbed my hand, and I haven't stopped since. Tears streamed down Emily's face. I love you too. I was just too scared to admit it. Don't be scared anymore. I'm coming. I'll be there by morning. Okay, lock your doors. Stay with Sophie. I'm calling your Detective Walsh. Getting protection arranged until I land. Okay. Emily? Yes? We're going to fix this. Together, I promise. After they hung up, Emily looked at Sophie. See? Sophie smiled, smug. I told you people who love you don't abandon you. Emily laughed, cried, felt hope for the first time in weeks. He's coming back. Of course he is. He's a king and you're his queen, even if you don't know it yet. Across the ocean, Aid moved through his palace like a storm. Cancel my meetings, he told Miriam. All of them. Your Majesty. No, listen. I made a mistake. I let her go because everyone said it was the right thing, the responsible thing, but they were wrong. We were wrong. The council can accept it or resign. I don't care anymore. I spent 8 years being the king they wanted, doing everything right, following every rule. And for what? To be miserable? To lose the one person who sees me as more than a crown? Miriam studied him. You're certain about this? More certain than I've ever been about anything. Then I'll make the arrangements. But Aid? She used his name, rare, significant. You need to prepare for consequences. The council won't accept this quietly. I know, but some things are worth fighting for. She's worth fighting for. Then go. Fight for her. And win. Aid's private jet took off at midnight. He paced the cabin, restless, worried. Miriam worked on her laptop, making calls, arranging security, damage control. There will be press, she said. Lots of it. They'll know the moment you land that you came back for her. Good, let them know. I'm done hiding. What are you planning to do? Whatever it takes, protect her, claim her. Make it clear that she's mine, and I'm hers, and anyone who threatens that answers to me. Miriam smiled, small but genuine. Your father would be proud. He'd probably think I was crazy. Same thing. The flight took 9 hours. Aid didn't sleep. Couldn't. He thought about Emily, her laugh, her smile, the way she looked at him like he was just a man. He thought about Derek, the threats, the stalking. Rage built in his chest, cold, focused. No one hurt what was his, and Emily Carter was his, whether the world accepted it or not. The plane landed at dawn. Aid barely waited for the wheels to stop before heading to the door. Miriam grabbed his arm. Your Majesty, there are cameras, reporters. This will be broadcast everywhere. Whatever you do next defines everything. Understand? I understand. Good. Then go get your girl. Aid descended the stairs. Cameras flashed. Questions shouted. Your Majesty, why did you return? Is it true you're defying your council? Are you here for Emily Carter? Aid stopped, turned to face them. "Yes," he said clearly, firmly. "I'm here for Emily Carter, because she needs me, because I love her, because some things matter more than protocol or politics or anyone's opinion. I am a king, but I'm also a man, and that man chooses love over everything else." The cameras went crazy, the questions louder, but Aid was already moving, already heading to his waiting car. "Take me to her," he told his driver. They sped through New York streets as the sun rose. Aid looked at the city, the place where everything changed, where a scared woman grabbed his hand and changed his entire life. "I'm coming, Emily," he whispered. "Hold on, I'm coming." Emily woke to pounding on her door. She jerked upright, heart racing. Sophie was already awake on the couch, phone in hand. "Who is it?" Emily called out, voice shaking. "Detective Walsh, and you have a visitor." Emily unlocked the door. Walsh stood there with 2 uniformed officers, and behind them, Aid. He looked exhausted, still wearing the suit from his flight, but his eyes were alert, focused. The moment he saw her, relief washed over his face. "You're okay," he said. Emily couldn't speak, just nodded. "We've had patrol cars on this building all night," Walsh said. "No sign of Derek Holt, but we're taking this seriously. He violated a restraining order. That's jail time when we catch him." "Thank you," Emily managed. Walsh looked at Aid. "Your Majesty, your security team contacted me. They're setting up a perimeter around this building and Miss Carter's workplace. Holt won't get close." "Good." Aid's voice was hard, cold. "If he tries, I want to know immediately." "Yes, sir." After Walsh left, Aid stepped inside. Sophie grabbed her bag. "I'm going to grab us breakfast," she said, giving them space. "I'll be back in an hour." Then it was just them, Emily and Aid, standing in her small apartment, the morning light streaming through her windows. "You came back," she whispered. "Of course I did." He crossed to her, cupped her face in his hands. "Did you really think I wouldn't? You were gone, thousands of miles away. You had duties. My duty is to protect the people I love. That includes you, especially you. But your council, your country, will survive my absence. But I couldn't survive knowing you were scared and alone. Not when I could do something about it." Emily's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry I pushed you away. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I was just scared. Scared of being hurt. Scared of not being enough." "Stop." His thumbs wiped her tears. "You are enough, more than enough, and I should have fought harder when you tried to end things. Should have told you right then that I loved you, that I wasn't leaving without you. You really love me?" "With everything I am." Emily threw her arms around him, held tight. He wrapped her up, solid, real, there. "I love you too," she said against his chest. "So much I didn't think I could feel this way about someone. Didn't think anyone would ever see me like you do. I see all of you, and I love all of you." They stood like that for a long time, just holding each other, making up for the days apart. Finally, Aid pulled back. "We need to talk about Derek." "I know. Walsh said he made bail, that someone paid, a lawyer with money. They don't know who. I'm going to find out, and I'm going to make sure he never gets near you again. He's obsessed, Aid. He won't stop. He thinks I belong to him. You belong to yourself. And if you choose to give your heart to someone, it's me, not him, never him." Emily nodded. "What do we do?" "First, you don't go anywhere alone. Security stays with you. Second, we make it very public that you're under my protection. Third, we wait for him to make a mistake, and he will. Men like him always do. And then the law handles him. But he'll know that if he touches you, he answers to me." The fierceness in his expression should have scared her. Instead, it made her feel safe, protected. "Your council is going to hate this," she said. "Probably. But they'll learn to accept it, or they'll resign. Either way, I'm not negotiating on this. Not anymore. I don't want to cause problems for you. You're not causing problems. You're giving me reasons to be better, to fight for what matters. That's not a problem, that's a gift." The next 3 days were strange, surreal. Emily couldn't go anywhere without security. 2 guards followed her to work, stood outside her office, escorted her home. At first it felt suffocating. Then she saw Derek lurking across the street from her building, just standing there, watching. The guards noticed too, moved closer. Derek disappeared into the crowd. "He's testing us," one guard said, "seeing how close he can get." "It won't be close enough," the other replied. That night, Aid came to her apartment. He'd been handling things, making calls, putting pieces in place. "I found out who bailed Derek out," he said, dark satisfaction in his voice. "Who?" "A tabloid lawyer. They paid his bail in exchange for an exclusive interview, photos, everything. Emily felt sick. So he's profiting from this, from stalking me. Not for long. I contacted the tabloid's parent company, made it clear that if they publish anything using Derek as a source, they'll face legal action, and I'll make sure every legitimate news outlet knows they paid to release a stalker. You can do that? I'm a king. I have resources, and I'm not afraid to use them to protect you. Emily sat on the couch, processing. This is so much bigger than I ever imagined. I know, and I'm sorry you're caught in it. I'm not caught in it. I'm choosing it, choosing you. There's a difference. He sat beside her, took her hand. Emily, I need you to understand something. This won't get easier, not for a while. The press will keep watching. People will keep judging. My counsel is already demanding I return home and end this relationship. What did you tell them? That I'm staying, that you matter more than their approval, that if they can't accept that, they can find a new king. Emily's breath caught. You didn't. I did, because it's true. I won't live half a life. Won't pretend to be happy while the one person who makes me feel whole is suffering alone. I'd rather give up the crown than lose you. Don't say that. You're a good king. Your people need you, and I need you. Both things can be true. They sat quiet for a moment, the weight of everything pressing down. What happens now? Emily finally asked. Now we wait. Derek will make a move. They always do. And when he does, we end this, once and for all. The move came 2 days later. Emily was walking home from work. Security flanked her. The street was crowded. Rush hour, people everywhere. Then she heard it. A car engine revving, angry, loud. Derek's black sedan jumped the curb, drove straight toward her. Emily froze. But security didn't. They grabbed her, pulled her behind a building. The car screeched to a stop. Derek jumped out, wild-eyed, desperate. Emily, we need to talk. Just 5 minutes. People stopped, stared. Someone pulled out their phone, started recording. Sir, you need to leave, the guard said, calm but firm. Now. I just want to talk to her. 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. You have a restraining order. You need to leave. She's my girlfriend. I have a right. She's not your girlfriend. Ade's voice cut through the chaos. Deep, absolute. He appeared from a car behind them, dressed in full formal attire, dark suit, royal insignia visible. He looked every inch a king, and he was furious. Ade walked straight to Emily, positioned himself between her and Derek, his whole body a shield. You don't get to decide who she belongs to, Ade said, voice low, dangerous. She's told you no, the courts have told you no, and now I'm telling you no. Stay away from her, or face consequences you can't imagine. Derek's face twisted, ugly. You think you can intimidate me? You're nothing here, just some foreign royal playing dress-up. She's mine. She'll always be mine. No. Emily stepped out from behind Ade, voice shaking but strong. I was never yours, Derek. I was trapped, controlled, scared. But I'm free now, and I choose him. I choose love over fear, respect over control. I choose myself. Derek lunged toward her. He didn't get close. Security grabbed him, held him back. Police sirens wailed in the distance. Derek struggled, shouted, You'll regret this, both of you. This isn't over. Yes, Ade said quietly. It is. Police arrived, took Derek into custody. Walsh was there too. He looked at Emily with concern. You okay? I'm okay. He just violated the restraining order in front of multiple witnesses, plus attempted assault. He's going back to jail, and this time no bail. Judge will make sure of it. Thank you. As police led Derek away, he kept shouting, threatening, making promises he'd never fulfill. But Emily didn't hear him anymore. She only heard Ade, felt his arms around her, keeping her safe. Around them, phones captured everything. The confrontation. Ade's protection. Emily's declaration. By tomorrow it would be everywhere. But right now, in this moment, Emily didn't care. She was safe. She was loved. She was free. The video went viral in hours. African king protects girlfriend from stalker ex. Modern fairy tale, king defends woman he loves. This is what real love looks like. The narrative shifted. Suddenly people weren't judging Emily. They were celebrating her, celebrating them. Social media exploded with support. Messages of love. Stories from other women who'd escaped toxic relationships. Emily became a symbol of courage, of choosing yourself, of real love versus control. Even the tabloids that had been harsh before changed their tune, started writing about the romance instead of the scandal. 2 days later, Emily got a call from Walsh. Derek's bail was revoked. He's being held pending trial. Multiple charges: stalking, harassment, assault, violating protective orders. He's looking at serious time. Good, Emily said, and meant it. There's more. His lawyer dropped him. The tabloid withdrew their support after the backlash. He's alone now. No money, no allies, just consequences. After hanging up, Emily felt something she hadn't felt in months, maybe years. Peace. That afternoon, Aid invited her to the penthouse, the same one where they'd had their first real conversation after the truth came out. Miriam was there, looking less stern than usual. "Miss Carter," she said, "I owe you an apology. I judged you unfairly, assumed you couldn't handle this life, but you've proven me wrong. The way you stood up to that man, the grace you've shown under pressure. You're stronger than I gave you credit for." Emily didn't know what to say. "Thank you." "The council called," Miriam continued, looking at Aid. "They want to video conference. Today. Let them wait." "Your Majesty." "Miriam, they've had my whole life. They can wait one more day." Miriam smiled, small but genuine. "Understood, I'll tell them tomorrow morning." After she left, Aid turned to Emily. "Walk with me?" They went to the rooftop garden. Private, quiet. The city spread out below. "I need to go home soon," Aid said. "Not forever, just to handle things. Face the council. Make my position clear." Emily's stomach dropped. "Okay, I want you to come with me." "What?" "To Azerim, my home. I want you to see where I'm from, meet my family, see the country I serve. If we're going to build a life together, you need to understand all of it. Aid, I can't just fly to Africa. I have work, responsibilities. Your boss already granted you leave. Paid." I called him. "You what?" I explained the situation, the press, the safety concerns. He agreed you needed time. And Emily, he supports this. Supports us. Said you're one of his best designers, and he doesn't want to lose you. Emily didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "You're impossible." "I'm determined." "There's a difference." He took her hands. "Come with me. Not as my girlfriend sneaking around, as my guest of honor. Let me introduce you properly. Show my people who you are. Show my council that you're not some temporary distraction. You're the woman I love, the woman I choose. What if they hate me? They won't. But even if they did, it wouldn't matter, because I love you. And that's not changing." Emily looked at the city, her small, safe life. Then she looked at Aid, at possibility, at love, at everything she'd been too scared to reach for. "Okay," she said. "I'll come." His smile lit up his whole face. "Really?" "Really. But I'm terrified." "Me too. We'll be terrified together." He pulled her close, kissed her soft and deep. A promise. A beginning. 3 days later, Emily boarded a private jet. Sophie came to the airport to see her off. "If they're mean to you, call me," Sophie said. "I'll fly over there and tell them what's what." Emily laughed. "I will. And Emily, you deserve this, all of it. Don't let anyone make you feel small again. Not even a council of important people in a foreign country." "I won't. I promise." The flight was long. Aid worked part of the time, made calls, handled business, but he checked on her constantly, made sure she was comfortable, that she wasn't panicking. "What if they really don't accept me?" Emily asked as they approached landing. "Then they'll learn to, or they'll resign. Either way, you and I are a done deal, no negotiation." The plane landed in Azerim. Emily looked out the window. Green hills, modern buildings mixed with traditional architecture, beauty everywhere. "Welcome home," Aid said. "To my home, soon to be yours too." They descended the stairs. Cameras flashed, but this time it felt different, official, acknowledged. Miriam was waiting. "Your Majesty, Miss Carter, the council is waiting at the palace." "Let them wait," Aid said. "First I want to show Emily the city." They drove through streets filled with color, markets, music, people going about their lives. Aid pointed out landmarks, told stories. His whole face transformed here. Lighter, home. At the palace, Emily's breath caught. It was beautiful. Ancient stone mixed with modern glass. History and future together. Inside, staff bowed. Respectful, curious. Aid introduced her to everyone, not as his girlfriend. As the woman I love. Simple, direct. No room for misunderstanding. Finally, they entered a conference room. 5 council members sat waiting. Stern, judging. Aid kept Emily's hand in his. "Emily Carter, these are my royal councillors. Councillors, this is Emily. She's here as my guest. and I expect her to be treated with respect." The head counselor stood, older man, dignified. "Your Majesty, Miss Carter, welcome to Azarim." "Thank you," Emily said, voice steady despite her nerves. "We've been following the events in New York. The press coverage, the incident with your ex-boyfriend." "Yes, sir." "It caused quite a stir, made headlines worldwide. Some questioned whether His Majesty was acting appropriately, whether this relationship was suitable." Emily felt Aide tense beside her, but before he could speak, she did. "I understand your concerns," she said, looking each counselor in the eye. "I'm not royal. I'm not from here. I'm just a girl from Brooklyn who fell in love with a man who happens to be a king. That man protected me when I was in danger. He stood by me when things got hard. He chose love over convenience, and that's the kind of king I think any country would be lucky to have." Silence. Then the head counselor smiled, small but real. "You're right, Miss Carter. That is the kind of king we're lucky to have, and perhaps the kind of king we have because of you." "I don't understand." "His Majesty has always been dutiful, responsible, but somewhat distant, cold even. Since meeting you, he's shown passion, conviction, humanity. Those are qualities a true leader needs, qualities we've been trying to cultivate in him for years. You did it in days." Another counselor spoke, an older woman. "We judged you harshly, assumed you were a distraction, but you're not. You're a strength, and we were wrong to oppose this relationship." Emily felt tears threatening. Aide squeezed her hand. "Does this mean you accept her?" he asked, voice careful, hopeful. "We accept that you love her," the head counselor said, "and that she makes you a better king. The rest we'll figure out together." It wasn't perfect acceptance, but it was a start. Over the next 2 weeks, Emily fell in love with Azarim, the people, the culture, the beauty. Ade showed her everything, his favorite childhood spots, the schools he'd built, the hospitals he'd funded, the changes he was making. She saw him in his element, leading, caring, serving, and she saw how his people loved him, respected him, looked to him for hope. One evening they walked through the royal gardens. Lanterns lit the paths. Music played somewhere distant. "You're quiet," Aide said. "What are you thinking?" "That this is your world, your life, and it's beautiful, but I don't know where I fit in it." He stopped, turned to face her. "You fit everywhere, beside me, with me, as my partner. But practically, I'm not a princess. Don't know protocol. Can't speak the language. You'll learn. And Emily, I don't need a princess, I need you, exactly as you are. What about kids someday? Heirs? Won't they need... They'll need a mother who loves them, who teaches them kindness and courage, and that real power comes from caring. You already have all that." Emily's throat got tight. "You've really thought about this. About us. Long term. Every day since I met you." He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small box. Emily's breath caught. "I know it's fast," he said, dropping to one knee. "I know we've only known each other a few weeks, but Emily Carter, I've never been more certain of anything. You saved my life the moment you grabbed my hand. You taught me what it means to be seen, to be loved for who I am, not what I represent. You make me better, happier, more human, and I don't want to spend another day without you by my side." He opened the box. A ring sparkled in the lantern light. Simple but stunning. "Will you marry me? Not because I'm a king, but because I'm just a man who loves you more than anything in the world." Emily couldn't speak, could only nod, tears streaming down her face. "Yes," she finally managed. "Yes. 1,000 times yes." He slid the ring on her finger, stood, pulled her into his arms. They kissed under the lanterns while music played, and the night held them close. 1 year later, the charity gala was in full swing. Manhattan's finest gathered to support women's shelters and domestic violence prevention. Emily stood on a balcony overlooking the same street where she'd first grabbed Aide's hand, where everything changed. She wore a stunning dress. Her title was now Princess Consort, but she still felt like Emily from Brooklyn, just with more responsibility and more love than she'd ever thought possible. "There you are," Aide joined her, handsome in his formal attire. "The guests are asking for you. They want to hear you speak. I'm not good at speeches. You're excellent at them, you just don't know it yet." They'd spent the past year between New York and Azarim, building a life, building a foundation to help other women escape abuse, using their story to give hope. Derek was serving 5 years, the maximum. He'd be out eventually, but he'd have no power over her anymore. That chapter was closed. "Do you ever regret it?" Emily asked. "Choosing me? Dealing with all the controversy?" "Never. Not even once. He wrapped his arms around her from behind. Do you regret grabbing my hand that night? Emily looked at the street below, the place where fear turned into love, where a moment of desperation became a lifetime of happiness. Not even a little bit, she said, turning in his arms. Best decision I ever made. Do you still trust strangers in the street? She laughed. Bright, free. Only if they're tall, handsome, and secretly kings. Lucky for you, I'm the only one. Lucky for me, she agreed. Below them, the city sparkled, full of people living their lives, having their own moments, making their own choices. Somewhere down there, maybe another scared woman was finding courage. Another person was choosing love over fear. Another stranger was becoming everything. Emily kissed Ade, soft and sure, a woman who knew her worth, who'd fought for her freedom, who'd found love in the most unexpected place. Ready to go save the world? He asked, teasing but serious. With you? Always. They walked back into the gala together, hand in hand, king and princess, man and woman, two people who proved that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is reach out to a stranger and trust that they'll hold on. The cameras flashed, people applauded. The night continued, but Emily only saw Ade, only felt his hand in hers, only knew that she was home, not in a place, but in a person, and that was more than enough. That was everything. The end.